Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be showing you how I unboxed and cleaned up and customized this Truly Me number 27 that I received recently. So yeah, I really can't help myself when this was shown in one of the groups I'm in, and it was being sold locally, and it was really inexpensive. Like it was just like I think $20 or so. I really couldn't help myself, even though I already have Truly Me number 27. So I thought that I would just be customizing her. Nothing too extreme. I'm not going to eye swap her or anything like that. I'm just going to be curling up her hair to make her look different from my Truly Me number 27, because I already have a Truly Me number 27. So she will be a duplicate, but just so that she's not an exact duplicate, I'm going to be changing up her hair, and you will see that later. I'll be showing you how I change up her hair from its usual layered straight um, self. Is that what you call it? I'm struggling for the right word. But anyway, so while I'm doing that, I'll be reading from relationship advice in Reddit. I'm very excited because a lot of the things here are very juicy, very intriguing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and read the first post, which is entitled "My 35 male fiance, 32 female, doesn't want a mother-son dance at our wedding, causing drama. How to diffuse." My fiancé and my mother used to get along great. When we got engaged, my mom was overly excited and tried to help plan the wedding more than she should. My fiancé is anti-confrontational, and instead of telling her to stop, just blocked her and got mad and complained to me about it. I agree. My mom tried to get too involved, but she has apologized, and my fiancé absolutely hates her now and won't let it go. Anytime the subject of my mom comes up, there is a fight between us. Fast forward to the dance. She's doing a father-daughter dance. I assume we'd be doing a mother-son dance, but my fiancé refuses to add it to the schedule and gets mad at me every time it comes up. She uses the excuse, "Well, my dad is paying for the wedding, so I get what I want." Cool, but my parents are paying for the rehearsal dinner. Granted, it's not the same cost, but to use that as an excuse to not spend 3 minutes of the day for a dance? Bottom line, I feel it's straight up insulting to me and my family, and she's unwilling to compromise. How can I diffuse the situation and make both parties happy? Okay, edit. Good morning everyone. Lots of questions while I was asleep. Some of them were answered when the thread was small, but I'll post them here. Overexcited mother-in-law. I on my fiancé's side about her being out of the line initially. She immediately started saying things like, "Okay, so you can't do the wedding this month because then X can't go. And you'll want to do this and that." I was not made aware of any of this until a month or so later from my fiancé, at which point I called my mom. It took conversations from both me and my mom to get through, but she finally agreed she was wrong. The damage was already done at this point. Months later, I asked my fiancé to try to get along since we're going to be spending our lives together. If not for my mom's feelings for me, so I don't have to deal with the drama, but she won't let it go. The blocking was not immediate. After a while of my mom overstepping her boundaries with my fiancé, she told me about it and I had a conversation with her to get her to back off. From this point on, anytime my mother was mentioned by me, my fiancé would stop communicating and just get mad. My mom had reached out through text to try to coordinate the rehearsal dinner to make teams match and deconflict her dress code from the bridesmaids' dresses. These were what causes the blockage. Prior to us getting engaged, they would text several times a week, and as far as I knew, never had an issue. Conversations. I had conversations with my fiance a few times about this. I tried to understand her reasons for being angry, which leads back to the initial controllingness from my mom. She's adamant that if we have kids, my mom would be like that with us raising the kids, and is already mad at her for that too. I've also tried to help her understand my point of view by asking what if I hated her dad and wanted nothing to do with him. I don't, by the way, he's a very nice person, but that was not effective. I'll add more edits as I get through all the overnight posts. If you have more information you're requesting, post it and I'll add it. I tried to keep it condensed initially so people would actually read this. Okay, well, here's the thing. Okay, I understand that your fiance is very mad with her future mother-in-law because she's very controlling. She meddled too much in the wedding, and I understand where she's coming from. Definitely, she wants to be, um, she wants things done her way. I think your fiance is a very, very, very opinionated woman. She knows what she wants, and she would do anything to get it. However, okay, while I understand where she's coming from, I think she is very, very unreasonable also. I think she's not setting a good start to the relationship because whether she likes it or whether she likes it or not, she's going to be part of your family. Okay, so it's not like you're going to disown your mother-in-law after you get married. So definitely, one way or another, your mother-in-law, her mother-in-law, your mother, will be part of her life. So if this is going to be to take precedent of what's going to happen, then you should really rethink if you want to continue this relationship unless you support your wife in cutting off your mother altogether, which I don't think you should because, yes, well, I understand that mothers should not really, you know, like uh, cross the boundary when it comes to wedding preparations because as far as I know, the bride is the one um, who should call the shots. Okay, so she already has a vision. It's not like the bride is asking for her help or maybe the bride doesn't know what to do. Okay, it sounds like sorry, it sounds the opposite. The bride knows exactly what she wants. So if that is the case, then the mother-in-law should let her be. Okay, so if her advice is needed, then she should offer it. But no, okay, I think it'll be better to really, really, do an intervention while the wedding has still not taken place. Because to be quite honest, I'm quite put off by your fiance's reaction and her attitude towards your mother. I would really reconsider um, first if I'm going to like push through with a wedding with this person because it sounds like she's the type of person who, if it's not her way, then it's no way at all, and that's how. I don't know how that'll work because definitely, um, it's a partnership, and if you're in a partnership, then two the opinions of two people, what they feel and what they want to do should count. It's not just one person, and then the other would just have to nod and acknowledge and then obey. Okay, so that's not like a partnership. That's like a master and slave. So yeah, I think your bride is very very unreasonable in this matter. So definitely, I understand that she's upset with the mother-in-law, but she should at least be civil. And what is she trying to do? She's trying to make it seem like your mother and your family actually is not really important, and that the what's important is her side of the family, and that's not okay because again, okay, this is a union of two families, so you cannot just alienate one side and then just take care of the other side. I'm really 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 um, hoping that things will go well because this does not seem like a good start of a relationship. And if your bride, will not change her ways or at least forgive your mother-in-law because yes, as awful as it probably sounds, but come to think of it, after all the mother-in-law from hell that I've read before in the previous post that I've read from Reddit, she sounds very mild. So yeah, I really can't understand why she's very, very upset with your mother-in-law about this. But anyway, I think, yeah, hopefully everything will go well and that your wedding could still proceed. But if not, then maybe it's time to, you know, postpone the wedding. And if you really want to, if the bride will change, then yeah, okay, I think it's going to be better that way. Okay, let's see this. Okay, this now. The title alone is very, very intriguing and it's very risque. Well, whatever. Okay, let's see. Okay, I, 28 male, recently learned my wife, 27 female, has at some point performed oral sex on her mentor, 64 male. Is this no big deal? Okay. Alright, let's see. Okay, wife and I have been together for 4 years and married for 1. She has known this other guy her whole life. I had no idea they ever had sexual contact before this incident. The other day was on my wife's phone while she was asleep. I know that I shouldn't snoop, but I was. Anyway, I was scrolling through text with this mentor-type figure when I ran across this bombshell. To paraphrase, it was essentially her reminiscing about sucking his D. I think you know what that is. Okay, while also complimenting his semen. He basically just replied with an emoji and the topic stops. I confronted my wife and she claims it was something that happened years ago and it's no big deal. Is she right? How should I proceed? Okay, well, first of all, let's discuss what you did. While I'm not really a proponent in doing this kind of things, like, like checking someone else's phone without their permission, I think this time it was warranted since you did find something that is very, very incriminating. Okay, and I'm sorry, but if I were in your shoes, the OP shoes, I would definitely feel, uncomfortable that she's still very much in the he's still very much in he's still in her life, and even though you're already together, like she's bringing up this topic and she's saying that she kind of misses it, like things like that. This is very awkward and this is obviously a red flag. Okay, so I'm not really, I really don't understand why people would discuss their sexual escapades with other people, okay, especially ones that they actually did it with, okay, well, you're already in a relationship. Because, for me, it's not something that you would even think of broaching, okay, bringing up the topic, because it's really awkward. Like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to, like, test out the waters? Maybe they're still interested in doing it again with you. Okay, definitely, I find that really disgusting. Okay, if you're already in a relationship, yes, I understand that sometimes you feel attracted to some people, other people, like you are, like maybe you would like to compare how or what could have happened if I went with this other guy than with my current husband or my current boyfriend. But that is so disrespectful to your partner. If you have a partner already, then be content with your partner. Okay, so because entertaining this kind of thoughts, okay, just a small invitation from that person, okay, maybe they show you some interest and then voila, you're already like committing adultery, or you're already cheating with your significant others. So my advice, just for your peace of mind and to make sure at least to some extent that there won't be any temptation, it might be better to just have your wife avoid this person, cut him off from her life, because he sounds bad news. Okay, so I really think that it'll be better if your wife will distance herself from that person. Anyway, so this, I just figure out that this is a very, very short video for well, compared to my other videos, because you know, as you can see from my screen, I actually even slowed down the video so I can make this closing remarks. But yeah, so this is going to be just a short video. So as you can see here, I've already finished customizing my Julimi number 27. So I've just curled up her hair, and yeah, that's it. I clean her up, and I think she looks very different from my other Julimi number 27. Okay, so that will be it for this video. This is a very short one, but I'm already planning on doing like a longer one very soon. So I hope that you enjoy this, even though it's very short. And there will be more videos to come where I show you how I fix up some of my dolls, because I do love to customize and fix up dolls while reading from Reddit. And I'm also thinking of doing something else, maybe reading from another site or another subreddit. I'm not sure yet, but who knows. I'll go ahead and do that very, very soon. Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much for watching this far. Have a nice day and God bless.